So I'll go into this, final session where I'm looking at body as toy. This you will see that quite often you will find children doing this. The other day I came across a child using her palm as mobile phone, just the palm. So children. So again, what I would like to state is that children are not looking for a toy. Any object, even their hand would do, to do the to be used as a toy. So this is something that you would find in places where nature is abound, that children have access to nature. So they would be actually going around and, whatever objects they find, they will look at it, they will understand its qualities. Now this is hibiscus, and it can stick to your hand. So these are these simple things that children learn, that how things in nature functions, and actually there's a whole lot of series of things that is in my collection, in which, that hibiscus flower is used as a whistle, and then several things just by taking nature. And every time they're inventing something. This is a coconut thing used for as a rattle, just a leaf used for making sound, fantastic specs. This is a, they call it bull from jackfruit, jack tree. So I would just like to state this, that there is no word toy in indigenous communities. So children in the process of making sense of the world explores whatever come across. In this sense, everything is turned into a toy to play with, to explore, So the toy doesn't have a permanent state. Any object can be used as a toy and to imagine anything with that. So I'll just extend this to any object as toy. In this case, some broken pots, some leaves, all this is there, and she is doing her kitchen work. And a very, very important word that we must be very careful is the word underprivileged. This is another word that is trapping us to believe that we are very developed. I think we should be very careful with many of these words that we use, because this prevents us from seeing the so-called underprivileged, because you are the one who is defining this, who is privileged and who is underprivileged. Naturally, you will call yourself the privileged and the others underprivileged. To tell you the truth, it's the other way around. Children who have freedom are the privileged. Children who are locked up in their, in the cities are the underprivileged, because they neither have freedom. Even if they have freedom, what do they do? So the most important thing is that within the city, what we can do is something that we, as a group, will have to start explore together. What is the minimum damage that we can create? Maybe that is what we can do. Maybe we cannot do, the way that the children require, the kind of space we may not be able to provide. But we can actually stop harming them, reduce the damage that we are doing to children. So any object, see the book, the best use of books, I find this, they've made a fantastic triple-story building. And actually for children, they are into material exploration. So when you give a book to them, book is a material for them, and they would explore that material, the materiality of that. So when you actually give an eraser, in a modern person's mind, there is something called an eraser to erase. So that is the framework with which you are looking at it. But for a child, it's an object to be explored. It is not for erasing. The child sees it as an object that as you do it, it reduces its size. That's all. It is not for erasing anything. So it has an independent existence. The rubber eraser has an independent existence. So that is how we should look at what exactly are the child doing with materials around. So two very important shift that we must make is that we must take away the terms learning, play, work, and have one thing called activity. Children are exploring the world. They are doing activities. Number one. So your division will be over. Second is that remove these kind of terms that you create and they are exploring materials around, objects around. So then you would have a better condition to see, because otherwise it's under your frame that you're looking at. You remove these frames and explore what the child is doing. Otherwise you will get angry when the child is, you will say the child is wasting eraser, because it's keep erasing and reduces its size. For you it is wasting of eraser, whereas for the child it is exploring the materiality for that particular object. So we have to approach children from not our frameworks. So look, just the chappals is good enough for him to explore. And for hours this child was sitting and rearranging this, and then other child would come, they would also start doing this. So other very important thing is workers play, because for a child there's no distinction. Every activity is good activity. See, that is a thing that how did we lose our playfulness is something that we should really explore. Why is that we have started creating absolutely boring kind of, So just to say that children don't have any problem with work in the way that we are thinking. See, actually this tendency against work is instilled by adults. They don't like to work. So naturally children also won't like to work. So I will just also take you through one more small thing, and then we will have questions and responding to that. So kitchen activity is another fantastic activity that in context of modern space can be completely be open to children. Now see, look at this. This is something that was happening in a village. And you can see that both boys and girls are all involved in cooking. And this is not with any permission from anybody. They have actually they've gone into their own house, taken whatever they can from their houses and created their own kitchen and just made what they want. So in this case, there is actual thing that is happening, and within few minutes they are playing with it. So there is a fantastic shift that keeps happening between these things. So here she is making a play puttu, and just in another day she is actually now making what you call that, dosa. She's trying to make that, the same girl. This different thing. Being contemporary is children are responding to exactly what they experience. The child saw a camera in my hand, immediately made a camera. Another type. This was after they saw a video camera. They immediately made a video camera with that. A mobile phone. So children are constantly responding to what they see by remaking this, so-called toy. The child observe what the world is about, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the feel, states, the way things are connected, related, and the child wants to understand how the world functions and what are its possibilities. And they are interested in the adult world and not the miniaturized world that we think they would be able to understand. And this is the biggest mistake that we are making actually. So I would end here right now.